When my son got into the car after practice, he didn't buckle his seatbelt. He just looked at the floor mat and said, "I know you didn't want to come." Not angry, not hurt, flat, like a fact he'd already filed away, and stopped questioning. I twisted around in my seat. "Eli, what are you talking about? I'm literally here. Not today. Saturday." He pulled his gym bag against his chest like a shield and stared out the side window. I ran Saturday back in my head. The scrimmage. I dropped him at 9, watched him warm up, then left to run errands because he'd told me the whole thing wrapped by noon. I came back at 12 on the dot. "Eli, I dropped you off Saturday. I picked you up right at noon." "You picked me up at noon," he repeated. Something in the way he said it made my stomach turn. He didn't say anything else the rest of the drive. When we got home, he went straight to his room and shut the door, which he never does. He's 10. His door is always cracked open with music leaking out. Not that night. Silence. I sat at the kitchen table, pulling Saturday apart. Drop off at 9, pick up at noon. What was I missing? I texted his coach and asked if anything had gone sideways at the scrimmage. The reply came back long. 3 full messages. The scrimmage had been rescheduled. It started at 9, but ended at 10:30, not noon. There'd been a team-wide group text Thursday. A reminder Friday night, another the morning of. I scrolled my phone with my hands going cold. I wasn't on that group text. My number had never been added when Eli switched teams over the summer. Eli finished at 10:30 with everyone else. Parents rolled up. Teammates got scooped into minivans, cleats and all, and pulled out of the lot one by one. Eli sat on the curb by the equipment shed and waited. The assistant coach stayed with him. She tried the emergency number on the roster 3 times. No answer. I checked my call log. Nothing. Not one missed call. I phoned the assistant coach the next morning. She was kind about all of it. She said Eli never cried. Not once. That's the part that cracked me open. She said, "He sat really still, just watching the entrance. First while he kept telling me you'd be here soon. He said you probably thought it ended at noon." Then she said, "Around 10 past 10:45, he went quiet. Just stopped saying it. Stopped saying it." Somewhere on that curb, my son quietly decided I wasn't coming and made his peace with it. I asked what number she'd dialed. She read it to me. It was my old cell, the number I'd carried for years and canceled 8 months ago when I switched carriers. I'd updated it with the front office, but the coach pulled from a paper roster his old team had passed along, and that sheet still had the dead number. 3 calls to a line that doesn't ring anywhere anymore. I found Eli on his bed, holding a comic he clearly wasn't reading, turning the same page. I sat down next to him. "I didn't know it ended early, buddy." He didn't look up. "The coach had my old phone number. I never got the messages. I swear I didn't know." Quiet for a long time. Then, so small I almost missed it. "I thought you didn't want to sit through the boring parts." 10 years old. An hour and a half on a curb. He'd watched every car in that lot fill up and drive off, and the story he built in his head wasn't that a phone number was wrong. It was that his dad found him boring enough to leave behind. I pulled out my phone right there and called the coach on speaker, so Eli could hear every word. I gave her the correct number twice. I asked her to add me to the group text while I waited. Then I opened my calendar and asked Eli for his whole season. Every game, every practice, every scrimmage. He read them off slowly, watching me type each one in. Red dots, straight through the spring. He looked at the screen for a while, then he leaned into my shoulder, the way he used to when he was little. "Can you put in the away games too? Those ones are really far." I added every single one.